what you do and how you do them. From all of us, TV, so we love you, and yes, we do appreciate you. Apparently, the Headies has come and gone, and obviously, if anybody will talk about the Headies or what happened in the Headies, it will be somebody, and I'm sure your guess is as good as mine because Portable has been talking about the Headies, maybe because we're disqualified or because he didn't win or something. He has been making a rant about that. All of that, we'll tell you about that shortly. Beginning with today, we'll start with Buju Benson. Now, at the point they had the back and forth thing about Ruger, where Ruger came out at the point saying, "Get a solo eat and then talk to me." Fatty bomb bomb. Now that got to Buju Benson on a very, very, very bad one because he came all out, and this time he didn't reserve anything. Now he started by saying Baba Frayo swag, Jackin pirate, and then he went to appreciate somebody saying, "This is a special tweet to recognize my brother and Josh on it. You're special, and the world owes you so much flowers. I will start by giving them to you always, love you always." Then he went back to Ruga. I was like, "Think you're moving funny, I'll be some local, let's go." And then he said, "Find the pandemic period and the second wave." So he had this thingy where talking about Ruga last two projects, second wave and pandemic, and second wave had about 33 on the chart, and pandemic was about 164. And then compared to his own, it was like he's on the project, Spread on number one at the moment, and then he went saying, "I have two projects on the top 20 album. One is on number one, the other is on 14," and he said, according to him, if he is doing better than Ruga at the time. Then he said, "Man had to body shame, all team deep." And then he went for a lot, and at this point he came all out for him, saying, "The press will always be more important than the hits. Look at Burna Boy, that's my yardstick. You think I want to blow with one or two songs, and I know fit come back. When it was dropping, you didn't call those songs hits back then, but now you see now, open your eye patch, Olori Buruku." Now that one came so bad, people came like, that was too much at the moment. Then we come after like the whole thing, he came out saying, "Please let's get back to the project. That's all that matters to me. Thank you so much for the love and support so far. Bad 97 is out now." Now, after the whole thingy, dragging, coming out to sell of what you said, you're now saying like, "Okay, guys, forget the fight. Let's come back to the project." Promoting this project back. That moment got fans talking, saying, "What exactly is wrong with Buju Benson?" At the time, now God over the weekend we saw the Headies award came, and for Buju Benson, it was in the same category with Ruga for the Next Rated Award, and which he cleared that one for himself. We saw where he begged the governor of Lagos State to help him ship his Bentley to the country and everything. Now, on that one, when he got the award, actually he came out saying appreciating everybody, including a star, and then he came saying for Ruga at the time was like, "Ruga, I love you, boy." And then the fact that I called him a bad moment got some fans saying like, "Must you always want to cause issues with all of this thing?" And people were like, "Why would you call Ruga a boy?" In the first place, most fans think Ruga really is a boy. They are both boys in the first place, but then he came out like so. If you could actually see that it was able about what he said at the time. But moving on from there, Ruga didn't say anything, and what we saw them doing next time, we saw them together at the point where they got snapping pictures and everything. And we had Kobagidi in the middle, and now this man are like, in the first place, like, were you guys chasing clout or were you guys really, really fighting? We don't know, but what we know is after the back and forth thingy, we are now sure that Buju and Ruga maybe seemingly cool together because yeah, the picture actually shows they were cool together at the time. Moving on from there, we have Portable. This guy is one person that you know. If anybody's not going to talk about the Headies, Portable will surely talk about the Headies. But before then, we saw the point where the Headies came out say for multiple stuff he has been doing, they said we regret to announce the following numerous inclining statement made by Mr. Habib Okikiola, popularly known as Portable, and the incessant negative action that Mr. Okikiola has garnered. Now, a long conversation, but what the idea of all of this was the fact that he has, at the point we saw where he came out saying, this is my award. Anybody who else win, I will ask for them to be killed." So when the thing came out, I was like, this is the award. Anybody who get that side of him will kill the person. And Portable is one person that doesn't know how to put his words together, and that got him into big trouble because Headies came out saying they want to disqualify him for the two categories he was in at the moment, or at the time rather, Best Street Artist and Rookie of the Year, and for all of that he was disqualified from that one. Then he came out for a video after that one saying, popular phrase where he came out saying, okay, let it be easy for me, let it be easy for my God. I thank God for my life. I got talent, I got God, I got money, I got fame, I got grace, I got wife and children. God bless my family. I got cars, I got house, I'm blessed. Mercy follow me, all eyes on me. I never regret my actions. Now, this was what he said at the time when all of this came out. And people were like, this guy, you don't listen, because at this point, you should be saying you are sorry, but yeah, he came out all proud and everything. And that Portugal got deported because he came out after this video saying he apologized and he urged all fans to vote for those in the category. We saw where he became a chief in his homeland and everything, and then he had to apologize to Davido. But back after the edits, we saw where he came out again with the categories for the best street up artist, where he was nominated alongside Bella Shmurda, Mobad again, Naira Marley, Neptunes with Goya Menon and himself for that one. And then for the Rookie of the Year, AV, Fave, Magic, Sportable, and Ugochi on that one, which he didn't win any of them got qualified. And then he came out on this one, that was yesterday, saying, the much he lost, that he knew he couldn't win that one. Then he came out defending other guys who should have won. And then he said like so many punchlines. But he came out saying his attitude shouldn't determine whether you get to give an award or not, because he said there's a difference between attitude and talent. So if he has talent and then he's saying you guys cannot merge his attitude and his talent together, like guys, don't you think you should do that? But if not possible, he's saying no, because if he is talented. And then he said he didn't beg you guys to come to us. Headies came to his office to give an award. He didn't beg them, it was in his own, and Headies came to meet him and say take award. And he's saying, so if you begged me to my house, why are you not disqualifying me? And then he went for that saying the category was one tough category that he feels like Mohbad, Naira Marley, or Bella Shmurda should have won, but he said Headies will not give it to the right person, because Headies gave it to Goya Menon down, and he's saying no, because he feels like this is a Bella Shmurda's award. Then he went for that saying Headies is a scam, and then he said at the point Olamide got robbed, and then Headies had to go to Olamide to make him their pal and everything. He went all out saying Headies, please give the award to the right person, and all the rants and everything. And the question is, if it was not Goya Menon at the time, who should have won the award? According to Portable, he feels Bella Shmurda should have won that one. He came out all of that, and then he had guys around him and said Zinoleesky was robbed on down because he feels that was a Zeno's award. Moving on to Rema at the time we saw where Rema, him and Offset had the conversation at the US store, where people expected that this one will lead to a project, but till date we've not heard anything from both ends. Same way we saw where him and Selena Gomez were at the concert early, and this actually yielded something important, because we saw when they came out with the remix for this one, Calm Down, people got excited about that one. Just recently we saw where Rema and Madonna actually got linked up again, and this time Madonna came out saying, for Rema, you are the greatest performer I've ever seen and everything. So for Rema, is doing good for himself, and guys are really waiting for what this outcome will look like. And this one we saw Rema becoming Calm Down is now being certified diamond in France for selling over 333,000 units in France. For him, that's congratulations for him. We can't wait for Rema to do good for himself. Guys, we've come to the end of some kind of catch you guys on the very next.